He was the first arm wrestler who realized the importance of social networking and began to rock his media career as well as his charisma, which helped him stand out during his fights.
Beating him. He's talking to him. 3 fouls cut away, so he's got the big Levan Saginashvili. Wow.
Devon's unique in that he plays a chess game before each of his fights. That is when he is sure of his victory. Devon gets the title and he gets remembered as the winner, but when victory is less certain, Devon turns on his charisma and trash talk, getting the most valuable thing, the attention of the crowd. When the balance of power is not in his favor, like in the match against Levan, Devon gets maximum hype and attention before the very match, squeezing everything out of the upcoming match. But is Devon just a media genius? Or does he really one of the greatest arm wrestlers of all time? First, I want to note the fact that all arm wrestlers at the level of Devon Larratt are literally monsters of this sport, and each of them are genetic prodigy and an extraordinary fans of this sport. Just look at this fragment from Joe Rogan's interview, where he describes his first meeting with Devon.
Dude, I met this guy who is a world champion arm wrestler. Sorry, I can't remember. I don't want to fuck his name up. I'm telling you, this guy had like the biggest fucking hands I've ever felt in my life. Let me find his name here.
Devon Larratt?
It is Devon. He has the biggest hands I've ever experienced in my life. Like maybe Shaq has bigger hands, like longer, but this dude's hands were like catcher's mitts. They were so big. Like you're shaking his hand. I'm just putting my hand out there into the abyss of what your hand is. Like this just fucking mitt. Just gigantic
He's a
mitt.
professional arm wrestler?
Yeah, professional arm wrestler. That's the dude.
Just look at this video where Devon is working with a dumbbell weighing 80 kilos, and this video was filmed 12 years ago. I will tell you right away, for those who are picky about the technique, the essence of this movement is not in the movement itself, but more in holding the angle. This is specific movement, and 80 kilograms is quite a lot. Despite the fact that Devon is very specific and does not spray himself with different records in the off-season, he is not afraid to test himself within the context of the collaboration with other athletes. For example, on Larry Wilson's channel, Devon lifted 70 kg on biceps from the wall. Although he has pretty long arms and it's objectively more difficult for him to do this exercise from the wall than for athletes with a short lever. Devon was also quite good on Emano's channel, climbing wall at V1, V2 level. But all of this doesn't really matter, because the main power of Devon Larratt is precisely that he can focus on his main skill, which is arm wrestle. Just so you understand why you cannot measure the strength of any athlete by throwing him into unfamiliar conditions, such as climbing wall or testing Devon's strength in deadlift. Let's take one of the strongest men on the planet, Hafthor Bjornsson, whose deadlift exceeded half a ton, and put him at the same table with Devon Larratt. As a result, we get very confident victory of Devon, and during the sparring, he several times emphasized the dangerous hand positions of Hafthor, because he did not want to hurt him. Because Devon knows about injuries firsthand, having passed 3 surgeries in his career. So today we are talking about Larratt only as an arm wrestler, and to understand his toughness, it is enough to open his highlights on YouTube and look at how he fought with opponents several times bigger than himself, showing miracles of charisma, and some fights Devon won not because of his raw power but by craft. The athlete himself compares his fighting style to such a profession as a programmer tester. He is given an application and he tries to find weaknesses in it. Devon each time tries to play with the rules to somehow turn the situation at the table in a more favorable direction for himself. What else impresses me personally is Devon's fearlessness. He can quite easily call Levan Saginashvili the best of the best and the strongest athlete ever lived, and after that challenge him.
Levan is incredible. It's funny. I don't think that there's ever been an arm wrestler as strong as Levan, and that's including Dennis. I don't think that anyone has been as strong as Levan. There's Dennis, and then somewhere up here there's Levan, and Levan is just way stronger than everybody, and not just by a little bit. He's significantly stronger than everybody. It'll be interesting to watch his career.
Larratt himself had a military background. In the service, he knew that at any moment he could die. Now that character follows through his entire career. Devon says that he knew that Levan was incredibly strong and that he was definitely not the favorite in this fight. In fact, to fight Levan was on some level just crazy. But according to Devon, even when there is a 1% chance of winning, when there is a chance that Levan might make a mistake or just lose stamina during the fight, any of those thoughts gave him the motivation to prepare for this tournament. And most amazingly, that made even the most skeptical people about this fight believe in impossible.
Levan just proved to be on an entirely different level. He's definitely the pinnacle. He's what we all should strive to be. The man is a freak, especially when I saw his wrist measurement of 11.1 inches. That was unbelievable, but I still think there's a chance.
Anyway, you know all that the result of the fight was a confident victory of Levan. After all, you can't go against such an evil tank. And while we were editing this video, Devon said that he's planning to fight with Denis Tsiplinkov. Here is exactly what he said.
Denis Tsiplinkov, perhaps it's time. August 26th, I was supposed to have a rematch with Gennady. Gennady's tore his bicep. Armwrestler initially accepted to take Gennady's place, and I thought, wow, it's gonna maybe be even harder, maybe a little bit harder. Close. Armwrestler cannot compete. He has stomach issues. We'll see how he does against Georgi Svetkov, but he will not be able to continue. He has to address his stomach issues. Denis, in the past, we've roughly planned to arm wrestle potentially this fall. The dates have been shifting left and right. You were upset potentially that I was putting the match off. So I'll offer it back to you. I'll say I'm ready to arm wrestle you August 26th. That gives you 5 weeks. I see your training. I see you're in good shape. I would love to arm wrestle you. I think it would be the best match for both of us. I think that it will be an incredible test for both of us. For me, the right hand match is what I've always wanted with you. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that you will accept. I would also pull your left hand on the same day, and I would attempt to regain the legacy hammer, which is sat inactive since 2018. I would challenge you right hand and left hand, August 26th in Istanbul. I hope that you accept.
With you as always was Fyodor Chepki. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you like our videos and would like to support our channel to grow. See you later and goodbye.